Good morning and welcome to P&B Morning Show, where politics meets business and the real issues take center stage. Today, we are looking at two stories that define the state of the nation: the rise in the killings of army generals and officers, and 135.22 billion naira marked for post-election legal battles. All right, this sad development of losing and our gallant officers has taken a different turn. In recent time, it has snowballed into killings of the nation's finest and high-ranking officers, despite the huge amount of money earmarked for the armed forces. With the hope of winning the war and against, in the hope of winning the war against insurgency, this unending, brutal, and bold attacks by terrorist groups is now facing or forcing Nigerians to ask questions. What is truly going on? Are we losing the war of winning it? Or where will these killings of our officers end? Now, another question is, are the terrorists better equipped than our armed forces? Are we in short supply of strategies? Why the sudden rise of killings of our senior officers? These are many questions that are begging for urgent answers. And again, away from the same, and again, and at the same time, away from terrorist attack on our soldiers. Millions of Nigerians are trying to understand a very seemingly magical situation. Just recently, the federal government unveiled a plan that appeared to predict the results of the 2027 polls by budgeting 135.22 billion naira for post-election battles, which raises a lot of suspicion and questions. When did the APC-led government become a political prophet? Has the 2027 election already been determined and the result known? All right. Well, 1.35.22 billion belonging to APC or taxpayers' money? Why planning for the burial of a man or a person that has not yet been born? Is it that you know something that might happen to him in the future? All right, this morning we connect the dots between leadership, accountability, and delivery, because in the end, government is not just about winning elections. It's about making life better. Stay with us. We shall be back to look at what the newspapers have for us. I am Chidi Kenneth, and as always, I have my colleague here, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. Good morning, Mr. Ibrahim.
Good morning, Mr. Siki. How are you doing?
Mr. Ibrahim, thank God it's Friday.
Thank God it's Friday. Good morning, viewers.
And today we have lots of issues
to discuss.
Terrorism is at it again.
Exactly.
This time around, another general.
It's quite an unfortunate situation anyway.
Well, that will form one of the strongest point of our discussion this morning.
Exactly.
And when that news was released yesterday evening, I personally I was shattered as a Nigerian.
Honestly.
Why generals? Why officers? In fact, I was made to understand that we don't just a general, we also have a lieutenant officer, a fine officer. And this happened right there at the military base.
Yes, very unfortunate.
All right, we shall be going on a short break, and when we return, we'll dive straight into the newspaper review. Stay tuned. This is Politics and Business Television. Welcome to the Morning Show. Welcome back once again to P&B Morning Show. My name is Chidi Kenneth, and I still have with me Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. All right, Mr. Ibrahim.
Chidi.
Yes, I'm very sure that today's Friday we should have so many very juicy
headlines
that are out there.
And, expecting that.
Yes, because a lot have happened within 24 hours.
Yes, indeed.
And let's see. Okay, let's have the first. The Daily Trust. Terrorists kill general. 17 soldiers in Borno. Just before the newspaper was the headline was displayed, we were just trying to talk about it. We're not patient enough to wait for the newspapers.
Exactly.
Because already it's a burning issue.
It's a burning issue.
It's a very serious burning issue.
And a disturbing one at that.
Very disturbing. Kill general. And some might be wondering what's going on.
Honestly, if you look at the amount of money being spent on training an individual to become a general, it's such an enormous amount. They go to training all over the world, the finest military academies around the world, and then at the end of the day, one nonsense, stupid person will just come and...
One non-state actor.
One non-state actor will just come and put an end to their lives. This is very, very sad. And then this
one who did not even go through any form of military...
It doesn't matter.
Formal military training.
No matter who the person is, the fact that you made it very easy for a general to go is something that's worth discussing, honestly speaking.
Not even minding the number of years invested.
Yes.
It's so sad. Yes. It's a sad one. And my prayers are the soul of the departed rest in peace.
Amen.
Not just the general, we have soldiers.
So many
information reaching me that we also have a lieutenant.
We'll discuss this in detail. Let's not preempt the subject.
Any other headline caption there?
Yes. Again, still in the Daily Trust. Again, Tinubu absent as Lagos Project Commission. Again, Tinubu absent as Lagos Projects commissioned.
Okay, Lagos project is being commissioned. A lot of projects is going on in Lagos, and this time around they say the president himself, who happens to be from Lagos State, was absent.
Traditionally, he oftentimes attend project commissioning in Lagos. So
that is his hometown.
Of course, and he was a governor. He was a two-time governor from that state. He was also a senator. Yes. So he's truly a kingmaker in Lagos, and then over the years he has been attending project commissioning in Lagos. So that is why it has become a matter of concern that now that he's not present twice, they felt it is something that's which
is quite unlike him anyway.
Exactly. Then we have 2027. Don't truncate democracy. Arewa think tank, civil society organization caution opposition parties. Don't truncate democracy. Arewa think tank and CSOs caution opposition. So I think that this a group of people that think that the activities of the opposition may likely truncate democracy. Like I tell you,
who appears to be the one truncating democracy? Is it the opposition party, the ruling party, or any other party?
Let's go to the paper. Let's look at the ground.
Because that headline
they say caution. They did not say cautioned opposition.
Okay.
Caution opposition.
Okay.
So it is like the think tank and the CSOs are advising the opposition parties
not to truncate
democracy through their activities. So possibly, if you want to know why, get a
you can go and grab a copy of the newspaper, the Daily Trust, and then find out why that advice is necessary at this point in time. Because one will argue that the opposition parties is always trying to fight for their rights.
Exactly.
So I don't know why. I don't know the rationale.
Whatever they are doing is that they are trying to maintain that election, a multi-party democracy has been given a chance.
Yes.
But what they are seeing now is that their strength is being tampered with.
Yes.
There are some external forces that are trying to
weaken party affairs. There's a lot of meddling going on.
Either through the electoral
umpires
themselves, or maybe through the ruling party.
So it's a civic right to react. You cannot slap a man and then you cannot beat a child and tell the child not to stop
stop him from crying. You see, so it doesn't make sense.
The child should cry. So I don't know where this caution is coming from, but this is political season where you can hear all kinds of.
See another rider, very sad one indeed. Robbers cut off teacher's hand in Kano. Robbers cut off teacher's hand in Kano. You see, Kano is one of the states in Nigeria where still all this house-to-house theft is still
petty criminal
activity is still going on.
And the other time we read at the newspaper where somebody was stabbed because of snatching of phone.
Exactly. You can easily lose your life because of simply because of a phone in Kano.
So this can be attributed to hunger.
People jump across the fence and then enter and kill somebody in his house in Kano. This doesn't really happen in some parts of Nigeria.
Kano was at the time past is not known for such kind of criminality. But now we can see, can this be attributed to hunger, like I was trying to say?
Yes, poverty, and then lack of joblessness. And then Kano is one of the cities that has the largest number of youth. And most of those youth are either poorly educated or totally uneducated. And then they are jobless, you understand? And then these are even the ones that do not find the child, that are not been in what do I call it? That are not been pulled into the insurgency activities. Okay. And very soon, if they get an opportunity, they may easily fall into it. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
The government has a lot of things to do, both in the federal and the state governments.
Okay. All right. And then back to that issue of the caution by the CSOs. What do you think? Why now? Some might be wondering why. What are they cautioning the opposition parties for? Is it that they should stop protesting? What exactly are they cautioning them for?
This is what we have been discussing. There are a lot of internal crises going on within the parties, particularly as regards leadership of the parties. Like what is happening currently in the APC, in the ADC.
Yes.
Initially, it was about nephew.
That's Obina.
Initially, it was about nephew against Mark. And now another third party is coming in. Obina is also coming in, and we don't know what will happen next. Then again, CPDP also, which is now all over the place making noise that he's not happy about the fact that
Turaki's led faction
and then Makindi's faction are trying to pull out of the party. So all these hulu balo problems that are taking place within the opposition party may likely
democracy.
Of course, yes, because some people are already accusing that maybe the federal government, the incumbent administration, has a hand in it. And even that remains doubtful. We don't actually know what is happening within the party.
But I don't buy into that caution.
Nobody is asking anybody to buy it. These are perceptions of the people.
Well, the perception for me is not.
And they are Nigerians.
They are Nigerians, but I don't buy into whatever reason that is. The word caution at this time is totally unacceptable by me. What are you cautioning me for? You should beat me and tell me not to cry. Are you what has ADC and PDP as opposition parties, what have they done wrong? They are simply doing what is their civic responsibility to react and respond to all forms of. When you feel aggrieved, of course, you have the chance, you have the opportunity and the right to react. It's normal. We are not practicing a one-party system. Someone
somewhere is trying to undermine their constitutional right to be active as an opposition party. So they have right even to protest. They have right to sit down and take care of the internal crisis that's taking place within their party. And then we keep having problems all over the opposition party. But notice is happening in the APC. The APC happens to be the only party that's presently well organized and ready to face the 2027 election. And you may begin to wonder what is happening. There's never been like that before. The crises are just too much now within the opposition party.
In time past, we've seen even the ruling party having their own internal issues. But the APC seems to be cruising.
Exactly. They are cruising, man.
Cruising, man. All right, let's see what we have on the next newspaper, please.
Yes.
The Guardian. What do we have on the Guardian?
How government squeezes masses to fund bureaucracy inefficiency. How government squeezes masses to fund bureaucracy inefficiency. How government squeezes masses to fund bureaucracy inefficiency.
Inefficiencies. How government squeezes the masses to fund bureaucracies inefficiencies. Okay. When you talk, that's a very huge one. This one is a big blow from Guardian to government.
Exactly.
Squeezing the masses. In other words, the capitalist mentality of the government. Government,
the masses are always at the receiving end.
Yes,
this is traditionally our situation in Nigeria.
Now, for Guardian to come out to say this at this time, I can. What's going on? Is it that there's something Guardian is saying, or they are privileged to some certain data and factors? That is shaping our society and our polity. For them to come out to say that government is feasting, let me use the word feasting on the downtrodden, feasting on the masses to fund bureaucracies, government bureaucracies and inefficiencies. What are the inefficiencies, and why the masses? Why are they at the receiving end? Why are they being the one used to fund inefficiencies? Is it the inability for government to rule well, the provision of infrastructure, the power failure, and what have you?
To find that, check out your vendors.
Okay, and Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu said he doesn't want to really talk much from his response. If you want to find out,
check out your vendors.
Grab a copy of the Guardian. Okay,
Yes.
any other
Obasanjo is shouting here, Nigeria's future, age-long conflict worry Obasanjo. Nigeria's future and age-long conflict worry Obasanjo. Of course, an elder statement. He has been there for decades. He has,
I think it's 89 years now.
Exactly, 89 years, and then he has fought the civil war. He is one of the people that ensured that peace returned to Nigeria. He was part of the people that ensured that unity was brought back.
He was part of the people that
he was back. 2 times. He ruled the country twice as a military officer, a military head of state, and then for 8 years as a civilian head of state. So when such a person, such a statement talks, yeah, Nigerians have to listen.
So
if
he's
anything
worried
that is worrying him,
as a man who is part of the past, who is part of our history, political history, national history, in terms of both military and civilian.
You can't write the history of Nigeria without Obasanjo,
whether he's dead or alive.
Such a gentleman say he's worried about things, definitely every Nigerian should worry about it.
Yes, he's worried about the future.
Exactly.
And possible long lingering conflicts
because of what we ask, because what he's seeing now happening in Nigeria.
Yes. Such words should not be taken for granted. Of course, when the likes of Obasanjo is speaking, is something that truly and honestly we should pay attention.
Deserve attention. Honestly, so. Honestly, so.
Is there another juicy one there so that we can go to the next?
Yes. You want to know more about that? What worries Obasanjo? Visit your vendors.
Or if you have access to him, you can also reach out to him. But
Ohanaeze Kanu's release.
Ohanaeze seeks
a 04 title outside of Igboland. Ohanaeze seeks Kanu's release. Bans Ezekbe outside of Igboland.
Okay.
What is that Igbo title?
Well, Ohanaeze is seeking for the release of Kanu, and I don't know. Some might argue also that seeking for the release of Kanu is justified in the sense that there are also is replica. One of the Ohanaeze most respected monarchs, few weeks down the line ago, before now, in front of the president, told the president that, well, we have the equivalent of Nnamdi Kanu walking freely. That is the person of Sunday Igboho, you know, and that it's saddening to see that the likes of his replica is still, you know, in the prison yard, or what we call the correctional center, down there in Sokoto. So coming to for the Ohanaeze as a body, and the Ohanaeze is a group, is a social group, or is a peer group, or whatever group you want to call it, that represents the interest.
It's a
social-political, yes, that's the word I've been looking for. Social-political group that is, protecting the interest of the southeastern part of Nigeria. That is what is called the Ohanaeze. That is the group what that means is the group of leaders, kings, group of kings
from the Igbo land, or from the southeast generally.
Yes. All right, let's see the next newspaper, please. Next newspaper, please. The Nation.
The Nation is with
Mark-led ADC returns to court after threats
and
protests. Mark ADC returns to court after threats, protests. Okay, David Mark Arebosola ADC is back to the courts.
Yes.
Do you see light at the end of the tunnel?
Of course. Of course. I think the pressure now should be on the court. Whatever it is, let them now pronounce judgment in time. Let them not allow it to linger longer than it's necessary, because the elections are around the corner. And one of the problems that we keep having is that court delay judgments.
Especially here in Nigeria.
Especially here in Nigeria, particularly judgment as regard politics. You understand? So now, if we see them delaying this particular court case, we know that it is deliberate.
It's politically
masterminded. Because it will affect how the party will now confront the 2027 general election. And I believe whatever they are going there to do, it has to do with the leadership crisis that's currently ongoing within the party. That is why you and I are also of the opinion that why will any CSO try to blame the opposition?
Exactly.
You see,
or caution them.
What
are they trying to say?
Their action might likely truncate democracy. No, their action actually, on the other hand, I see their action as ensuring that democracy takes place. You understand?
There's a level playing ground.
Democracy is wrecked when the hands of the opposition is bent, when their wings are crept. In such a situation where we come and see a single party democracy, that it has never happened in Nigeria. Most countries in the world practice multi-party democracy, and especially in most populous countries. Nigeria is one of the most highly densely populated countries in the world. We are now talking about 200 million.
Or 7?
Yes, 200 and something million Nigerians, and you are trying to force single party democracy on us, as if most of Nigerians do not have voice.
That will not fly.
By the grace of God.
That will not fly. And you see, that's why now you are coming to terms with what I said earlier on that.
No,
I don't understand why the caution.
Of course. I was just reading the headline.
Okay, I want to hope so that you are reading it, because anybody.
That's why I said let's look at the sentence. They said caution. They didn't say cautioned.
Okay, whatever caution or cautioned, what matters is that there is no need for anybody to let people fight for what belongs to them. Nigerians, they will have the liberty to express ourselves, liberty to associate ourselves to any group that we want to associate ourselves with.
The best approach for me that the opposition will take now is that they should go along and do their politicking, and they should field candidates. Do you understand?
Okay.
As they continue, as they keep their politicking and campaigning, they should now face another team will now face the legal battle, while another team concentrate on the campaigning and ensuring that they do not lose.
Don't worry. You just mentioned the legal battle. That will also form the basis of our next discussion, because why would somebody be predicting legal battles when the proper process has not taken place? Is there something? Is there something you know that we don't know? We'll look into that. Let's go back to the newspapers and see. Let's also see the nation still another rider.
Boko Haram fighter who killed many sentenced to death. Boko Haram fighter who killed many sentenced to death. You see, that reminds me of our previous discussion a few weeks ago when you were saying that when about 500 of them were taken to the court, I said no. There are among those to be tried, they should be categorized. There are those that should directly be executed because of the level of their participation in the insurgency, and there are ones that will be allowed to serve sentences, and then there will be the ones that will be rehabilitated. I think these are the kind of people that should be executed, and there are so many of them. As we keep going, as the court keeps passing judgment, we'll see most of these people, this category of people, being
executed. Yes. Well, one of the arguments we had the last time was that probably this one that even killed many people was co-opted, and they started enjoying the whole thing. You could be co-opted forcefully and later find out that naturally you are a killer. Yeah. So probably this one we don't know his background yet. What we do know about him, based on what the reports we're having here, is that he has killed so many people. But we don't know, probably he was co-opted maybe as a teenager, and probably has spent like 10 years being a member of the Boko Haram, and then maybe the courts have found out that he enjoys killing.
At the initial stage of this Boko Haram thing,
yes,
there are so many of those ones that had been forced into it, abducted and forced into it. Later on, even in the midst of their carnage, they run away. They abandon it and they run away. And some of them were traced and killed by the group. So you understand? Okay. So some, like you said, this may possibly be one of those people who have been indoctrinated and abducted into it, and then later
grew up to become masters of the game.
Exactly, it's possible.
Okay,
it's possible too.
Let's go to the next
newspaper. You can't rule out that possibility.
Let's go to the newspaper. The good thing is that he's been sentenced to death, which I think is appropriate to do, because such kind of human being is risky to allow him walk freely. It's very dangerous. All right, let's go to the next after. Yes, okay. Blueprints.
Fallen soldiers in Borno are unforgettable heroes, says Tinubu. Fallen soldiers in Borno are unforgettable heroes, says Tinubu. Urges media support for the military. Troops repel attack and lose soldiers. Gunmen raid Niger community. Bago vows not to surrender. So still, Niger State is coming into the limelight again as a result of insecurity. Yeah.
Now, this issue of insecurity, while we are yet to settle with what is going on in Borno State, we still the radar will be shifted to Niger State again. And sometimes one is wondering what's going on. It's looking like a game.
Of course.
Something that is scripted.
Of Of course.
Allegedly. You know, that's how this whole thing is looking at. We are still yet to digest what happened in Borno. And here we are again. The one in Nigeria is just resurfacing again.
It's gradually creeping through all over the north. I think the only exception now to be being, I think, Jigawa State. Initially, it was Jigawa and Kano that are exempted, but now I think it is only Jigawa that we haven't had any of such happening.
Maybe who knows why? I don't know.
The thing is gradual. Before now, this wasn't happening in Niger and Kwara. Before now, this wasn't happening even in Kogi. It all started from Borno.
Is it happening in Kano? I don't think insurgency is going on in Kano.
No, it is a few months ago we had some blast somewhere in Kano. Yes, I think it happened recently, about 1 or 2.
Okay, no, but the problem here is this: the fallen heroes. Well, in as much as one of the major assignment of the military is to pay the supreme price when the need arises. But you should pay the supreme price in a manner that is honorable, not when you're being attacked right in front of in your own base.
In your own base.
In your own base. And you know, I don't want to go into details because I was going through the you know, how the General Brimo was killed. You know, it's so sad. So it's so sad. When I was reading it, I was like, what's going on? What hopes do a common man?
For a general, he was such a gallant officer.
If a general could be killed right like that at the military base, just like that, what hopes does the common man have?
Honestly,
you know,
I am from Borno. I know Benishek is less than 80 kilometers from Maiduguri Center, and then again, the Nigerian Air Force Base is located along that lane. In fact, the position of the Nigerian Air Force Base to Benishek is even less than what I said, the 80 kilometers. It may be maybe 60 or 60 something kilometers. You can imagine. It's easy to have organized a jet to go and then give a backup, but that did not happen. And we keep hearing that billions, tens, and sometimes hundreds of billions of naira are being spent in security apparatus.
And drones are warming up to supervise elections.
Benishek is just a thrown away from Maiduguri.
Okay. Like I said earlier on, if you want to find out details of what's going on and, you know, in regards to our fallen heroes, it's okay to come out and say we are respect the dead and respect the fallen heroes. But our appeal to government is that they should also find a way to stop the killings. Now, at first it was just soldiers, rank and file. Yeah. Now it has degenerated and snowballed into killing of generals.
So we have lost so many. I've lost so many to this insurgency.
But when I was a child, when you hear the word somebody is a general, there's this perception you have about a general.
Not only when you are a child, till today, anywhere in this world, a general is somebody that must be respected. The life of a general.
Generals are not soldiers who just have access directly, easily to and kill them, just like that. We saw the last one that was killed, General Oba, was just shot just like an ordinary, you know, soldier, captured by one entity that doesn't even know how to handle a gun properly. And this thing is happening now. Generals are being killed. Finance officers, theater commanders, lieutenant colonels, lieutenants, and the rest of them.
So many of them.
What is going on? It has now graduated from killing the rank and file to now killing our generals. Well, we'll look into that. That will form one of the basis of our major discussion today. Let's have the next newspaper, please. Away from Blueprint, please. The Punch.
Fresh blow for ADC as State Congress stall. Fresh blow for the ADC as State Congress stall. Another wahala. Federal government insists Nigeria safe as U.S. pulls embassy officials. Federal government insists Nigeria safe as U.S. pulls embassy officials. Are they mad? They know that they know that they are not safe.
So the federal government is arguing with the United States that Nigeria is safe, and the United States is saying that Nigeria is not safe.
Even we Nigerians know that we are not safe. Even we Nigerians know that we are not safe in our country.
How can you say you are safe? A general is being killed. A general, I think I will agree with you. A general is being killed just yesterday. Not just a general, with other soldiers. Report that is at home, I think close to 40 soldiers or thereabouts.
Yes.
Killed. Lieutenants and
But there
5
are
officers.
So many.
Butchered brutally like chicken. These terrorists are becoming bolder by the day. Now they have graduated from killing, attacking soft spots. They now go into the military base. They are fearless, they are bolder, going there to kill. And then you think United States with all the sophisticated satellites and monitoring gadgets, intelligence
felt unsafe to remain in.
And withdrew their members from their workers from the embassy.
Honestly,
and then somebody is coming to tell us that you are maintaining the fact that just why are we lying to ourselves?
We don't even have any diplomatic row with the US. It's just that they feel unsafe. No, we don't have. They
have the right to feel unsafe.
Exactly. So
every day, honestly, every time you tune to the radio, to the TV, newspaper, killings here and there, and then you are telling me somebody should not express his worry that it's unsafe. How else do you want to express it, Mr. Brian? Are you feeling safe?
No, I'm not. Though things are escalating, honestly speaking. And the saddest thing about this whole thing is that the government seems to put more attention to how they are going to win the next election. That is their priority for now.
Not minding their statutory responsibility to protect life and property.
The best they can do is just like the president says now, these are our finest gentlemen, this newspaper headline. It stops there.
Fallen heroes. Make statements and then everything ends there.
Yes. Look, let me tell you a story. When this insurgent attacked the barrack, they were shooting all over. The general tried to enter this armored tank. He entered. That's a gallant soldier. A general entered the tanker. Do you understand? Then he was trying to start the tanker. The tanker refused to start.
That's how they finished him.
And you are telling us that you are spending billions, hundreds of billions. Why
are you letting the cat out of the bag? I know this very story. I reserved it for the main discussion.
No, it's
so we can educate Nigeria how General Brimo was killed just like that.
Very
and here we see in front of the newspapers 2.3 trillion being earmarked for a fight against
being released
for the fight against terrorism. And then you tell me somebody is coming to tell me that you are still maintaining the fact that Nigeria is safe. Well, I don't understand the definition of safe. Probably I didn't go to school enough to know what safe is.
That's why Americans are running away. Nigeria can easily die like a chicken in Nigeria.
Did you see the video how General Oba was shot?
Very embarrassing situation. Very embarrassing situation.
A brick gen. Okay. Let's still go back to the newspapers and see what do you still have any other.
Yes. Power outages, insecurity, top business challenges in Nigeria, says CBN. Power outages, insecurity are the top business challenges, says the CBN.
Oh, the CBN is speaking up now.
Yes.
And yesterday you were arguing that we don't have any reliable organization speaking. We don't have our own indigenous organization.
Yes.
Now the CBN is speaking.
Exactly. That's good. That's what we want to hear.
Probably they heard you yesterday.
Probably so. Probably so. Exactly.
I can see you are feeling like a prophet now.
Exactly. Yes, these are the people that will say something and then will take it with seriousness. They are among us. They say the impact of what is happening.
Bankers bank.
They are team of.
They are one of the factors or one of the bodies that spins the economy.
Exactly.
What are they doing to also, salvage this situation of power outage?
You want to know? Visit your vendors.
As you visit the vendors,
yes,
you're pushing it to the vendors now.
Exactly.
Because this power outage thing, Mr. Ibrahim,
we talked about this yesterday. Remember?
As a journalist talking and speaking to Nigerians, hear me out. I did not sleep with light.
Exactly. You see,
I didn't sleep with light. I'm going to charge my phone here in the studio. I didn't sleep. I'm saying this so people will hear.
It is for this single fact. And let me even face the
camera. I have a generator, Mr. Ibrahim.
Let me even face the camera.
To put the fuel to run and sleep up with the fuel with the gen.
It is for this single fact.
1,400.
I'm not going to vote for President Tinubu because he advised me not to vote for him if he does not get my life right for me. And I will tell my children, don't vote this president because he failed in his promise to provide power to Nigerians, particularly to me. That's my only.
Because he said it.
Exactly. He sent it. Everybody.
So you are holding him by his words.
Exactly. I will tell myself, I will tell all members of my family not to vote him because he failed in his promise to deliver power to Nigerians.
He said,
and now the CBN
is acknowledging the fact that these are factors
exactly that are affecting businesses in Nigeria. These are the most greatest challenge.
What's that factor again? Power and what? Yes, power and what?
Security, power and insecurity.
Power
and insecurity.
Electricity. Exactly. Let's put it the way it is. Electricity.
Exactly. And the government of the day is failing in both.
They're failing in both, have you?
Of course. If we are losing a general to a tyrant,
to a non-state actor,
who probably might
inside the military base.
Inside the military base, where is the security? If the general can easily be killed, who are you?
And it's not the first general in 5 months now.
It's sad.
And then
sad situation.
And not just that. Okay, light. You know, billions of naira, billions of dollars allocated, released to fix this power or electricity issue.
Every time I see politicians come to the campaign platform and say that we are going to improve, I'm just seeing them as they are telling me that you are stupid, you are a fool. That's what they are telling Nigerians. Every politician will now start at the start.
Why should light be?
Exactly.
Why should electricity be an issue for campaign? Meanwhile, Nigeria is supplying electricity to other countries, and there is no power outage. I hope you know.
Of course I do. Of course I do. Ghana, maybe I think Niger,
Benin Republic,
but we never got it right here.
So we are supplying what we don't have.
Indeed. And I think these people are denying us power deliberately. Yes, I think so.
So you mean the issue of electricity?
I think we have to look deep into this power issue. We have to take time to make our research and then even do a documentary.
We brought an expert here and he told us the problem.
Yes, no, I think that's what we should do.
He elaborated in details. What's the name of that man again? In details, the issues. And the way that man was talking about the problem of power in Nigeria.
I think there are some power mafians that are trying
I was wondering if this man can know this much, profile solution this much, then what is going on?
Of course, there are solutions.
What is going on?
Of course, there are solutions.
All right, let's move on, Mr. Ibrahim. If we rely on this, we may not be able to go to the. If you want to know more about why the CBN, the Bankers Bank, the chief
and there's another rider,
spinner of the economy, is not complaining.
The Borno attack is still coming up here. Army general terrorist killed, Tinubu mourns. So what's our next paper?
Well, let's see the next paper, please. Okay. We have sports.
Jamie Schluter exclusive. I am prepared to be judged by my identity of picking Nigeria over other countries. So says Jamie Schluter. I think this is an athlete. My journey from Germany to Nigeria. I think this is a Nigerian sprinter. Yes, based in Germany. He wanted to come back home. Yes, I like this patriotism.
Yes.
So, you see,
in spite of the whole, one funny thing about this country is that with all what is going on, people still want to. Nigerians are still.
That's what I wanted to say. I think there's a great difference between Nigerian citizens and Nigerian leaders. Honestly speaking.
Are you sure there's
of course there are. The citizens are always.
But the leaders are products of the citizens.
That's why I know, but that's why I try to find differences between them. Do you understand? The ordinary Nigerian citizen will always go out, try to make name for the country, try to show that Nigeria is a country of very talented and educated people. Despite our challenges in our country, despite the fact that we don't have good leadership, the generality of Nigeria, the greater portion of Nigerians are good people. We are intelligent, we are athletic, we are talented, even though.
So why are we suffering?
That I always tell you, and I keep saying it, that the only thing Nigeria lacks is good leadership. And we allow corrupt politicians to always be our leaders. Greater majority.
Somebody was telling me a story yesterday that
greater majority.
He met a young man and they asked him, why didn't you join the protest? He said he doesn't have transfer money.
You can imagine that. It was deliberate though. They will make you poor. They will impoverish you to the level that you will take them to.
He doesn't have transfer money.
Mini God
to go and salvage the devil that is bedeviling him. He doesn't have transfer money.
I don't even know why you're telling them. I say, okay, so this is one of the things that they will keep impovering. And you know, they are always looking at ways and means to make life difficult. To make
sometimes when I see these corrupt leaders, when I hear their names and the kind of money they cut away with, I wonder how they sleep. Trillions of naira in your account and you are sleeping. People are dying in your villages.
Some of them
are dying around you.
It's not in it. These days, it's not even in their accounts.
They bury it at home.
Sometimes, you know, we have seen on videos now. AFCC will go to their houses and start seeing monies in what do you call it? Soccer ways and safety tanks. Monies all over the place. While Nigerians suffer in poverty and hunger and diseases, I will never stop saying this. It's very, very sad and unfortunate.
Well, very, very sad and unfortunate indeed. All right, that is where we're going to wrap it up on the newspaper review. Like Mr. Ibrahim will always say, if you want to find out the details of the stories we have touched this morning,
visit your vendors.
Visit your vendors. Go and grab a copy of any of the newspapers and then try and find out how these whole issues and happenings surfaced, and that is where we are going to wrap it up, Mr. Ibrahim. Thank you very much. We shall be going on a short break, and when we return, we will go straight and dive straight into the topic for today. This is PMB Morning Show. My name is Kenneth Chidi. Please stay tuned. All right, welcome back to the PMB Morning Show. My name is Chidi Kenneth. All right, in recent time, the sad development of losing our gallant officers has taken a different turn, and it has snowballed into the killings of the nation's finest and high-ranking officers, despite the huge monies plunged into equipping the armed forces with the hope of winning the war against insurgency. This unending brutal and bolder attacks by terrorist group is now forcing Nigerians to ask questions. What is truly going on? Are we losing the war or winning it? When will these killings of our officers end? Are the terrorists better equipped than the armed forces? Are we in short supply of strategies? Why the sudden rise of killings of our senior soldiers? These are some questions that are begging for urgent answers. Today, we are going to look into the topic. Nigeria is losing more of our gallant and senior officers despite the huge money being allocated for insurgency. Once again, this is the PMB Morning Show, and as usual, I'm not alone. I'm with my colleague and co-host, Mr. Shaibu Ibrahim. Good morning, sir, once again.
Good morning once again.
Mr. Ibrahim, sad news yesterday broke out and greeted us. It was indeed very sad. Very, very sad.
Very sad.
How Nigeria is losing its army generals. Now, let me paint the picture. Yesterday, the Bokoharam, or what we call the ISWAP terrorist group, launched an onslaught on the Nigerian army right inside the army base, and killed over 40 soldiers. Report reaching us that a lieutenant is also a soldier who is barely just a year or two, that just passed out from as an officer cadet.
Oh my God!
So it's just about
just a dream shattered.
A dream shattered, and it's probably it has not. I want to believe not up to 2 years that he was just being celebrated also as a commissioned officer, a lieutenant. And then The big one there is that a general, General Brimo, was killed trying to escape. Report reaching us that he tried to start the armor tank.
He wasn't trying to escape. He was trying to make sure that he accessed the armor tank so that he will fight. He will contribute his own quota. You can't escape now. Armored car is, you know what an armored car is?
Well, yes, I know. An armored tank
to use the tank
to launch a reprisal attack.
Exactly.
To wage the battle.
A general can never run away. So generals and colonels, top senior officers that are chosen to go to the battleground are always very, very brave generals.
The supreme prize.
Exactly. They are always there to serve as motivation to their younger officers and younger men and military men. He wasn't running away.
He wasn't trying to escape.
In fact, why? He's a general. He's a general. He was trying to sacrifice himself for his country. And one non-entity, somebody just got him. And the saddest thing is that it was because that armored tank was faulty. How can you allocate a faulty armored tank and leave it in a base? Despite all these billions that the government is always releasing. For
no servicing.
No servicing. You can imagine. So what is the purpose of having the base in the first place? There.
Okay. Mr. Brian, I can understand how you feel about this whole matter. Now, this is, according to report, in less than 5 months now, we have lost 4 generals.
Yes.
4 army generals.
Yes. And quite a number of other younger
rank and file
officers.
Over 300. In 5 months.
5 months.
What do you make of that?
I think the number of soldiers from the generals to the other senior officers, to the lower officers, and to the men of the military that Nigeria has lost due to this insurgency and banditry activities is more than the number of soldiers lost by some other countries in serious wars.
And we are not at war.
And we are not at, no, I think now we have reached a level that we can say we are confidently at war with this insurgency.
Well, it has not been declared officially that Nigeria is at war. We are fighting insurgency.
Anything, any violence that you cannot be able to control for over a decade
has turned into a war.
It's as good as a war. Because people are dying. Population is being challenged. Societies are being displaced. Families are being broken. Women are being turned into widows. Children into orphans. And this is a country of over 250 billion Nigerians. And the government is not doing anything tangible and serious that the people can see with their eyes that we are seeing changes. If a general can be lost to such an incident very, very easily, just because a machine that's supposed to save his life and the life of so many around him is faulty. What is happening? And then there's the same government that will now earmark over 300 million naira for something that has to do with election. This calls for concern.
And here we are, 135.22 billion has been set aside for post-election litigation battle.
How much
is that armor tank?
That is what I wanted to see.
What is the cost of fixing that armor tank? You know, these are questions that is begging for answers, because some people will be asking, where is the priority of government?
Yes, I think now even an uneducated Nigerian knows the priority of government over the years. Election winning. Every administration will come into power. The moment they were sworn in, they will begin to plan ahead of the next election that is to come in the next 4 years. That is why most of their attention and their activities revolves around how they are going to come back again for a second tenure. So in an attempt to do that, they forget their responsibilities to the country, their responsibilities to the citizenry. Do you understand? Their attention is now on how much money I can make so that it will be easier for me now to access to come back for the second time, and how much money can I have for myself before I leave power.
Okay, Mr. Ben, what's striking thing about this whole thing is that before now we were hearing, you know, Boko Haram killing people, displacing people, you know, parents and families, villages. But now it has grown into killing not just soldiers but generals. Could I be correct to say that the Boko Haram is becoming bolder? Exactly,
bolder, and there's a reason for that.
Okay.
There's a reason for that. They have more superior intelligence network. Do you know exactly?
More than the armed forces?
Of course. Of course.
Are you saying that their intelligence gathering is better?
Why? Because they are always taking our military unawares.
Oh, the result is showing.
Our intelligence is leaking.
The result is showing?
The result is showing, of course. They always take them unexpected. Do you think if the army, if the military base is aware that these people are coming, they wouldn't have been prepared? In fact, not just preparation, they would have even attacked them first. But they didn't know. And the insurgents knew for sure that they did not know. You understand? There are people that are compromising security information or leaking security information within our military circles.
So there's an enemy within.
Of course. Of course. And the government can still unable to fish them out. That's just what is happening. You can imagine. Most times when the military plan their attack, when they find out that in social places there are insurgents, let's go for the attack. Already the insurgents are aware that they are coming. Even, but forget about the insurgents that are more complex, are more organized. Even these local insurgents, they get information that the security personnel are coming to attack them. So they lay ambush for them.
Okay, Mr. Brian, you see, well, let me also add my own quota to this. You said one of the things that is, really disturbing here is that, a general is a high-ranking officer that is, that rose to, and for you to rise to the rank of a general, you have to undergo different training and resources being spent and invested on you.
Exactly.
And you are one of the finest, of course. Any general that is posted to such places, either within the artillery or the infantry,
he must have been exceptional.
Yeah, exactly. It must be a suicider, suicide mission officer.
Exactly.
Now these are generals that are supposed to be training the younger ones in the future.
Exactly.
Don't you see Nigerians losing a lot of human resources in the army?
Yes, of course.
4 generals in 5 months.
5 months.
That is an average of 1 per month.
That is it. And it's shameful.
And then the painful thing again is it has a long way of affecting the morale of the other rank and file soldiers.
Of course. What do you think? Of course.
I think there was a video that was trending some other time where was it the former chief of army staff that was telling youths to go and join army. And some people were making jest of the whole thing that some people's children should go and join the army first before they can join. Because why should they go and join army? When we are seeing this kind of senseless killings, unexplained killings, and all we hear is may the soul of the departed rest in peace. May the soul of the fallen heroes, let's honor the fallen heroes. Enough of the fallen heroes. We don't want them to be heroes while they are dead. We want them to be heroes as those while they live. Those who have conquered enough sin and have conquered this whole this whole menace that is ravaging and rampaging the country. This thing seems to have no solution. Every day we are trying to settle with one issue of killing 100 soldiers, 40 soldiers. Now we are seeing another one.
The other day I told you that every day you should expect to record killings on our national dailies. I told you this previously. Every day in Nigeria you must wake up to a news of people being killed either as a result of banditry, as a result of insurgency, or anything. And you sometimes you get confused. I'm telling you. Do you know why
sometimes we get confused about this matter? Mr. Brian, I'm not trying to cut you here, but the kind of money that is being budgeted to fight against this insurgency. What is happening? Why is it not using result? Is it corruption? Is there anything wrong? Is there alleged corruption, allegedly?
Honestly, Siba,
I can see that you are even dumbfounded.
Exactly.
You don't even know.
I don't know what to say.
You don't even know what to say.
Honestly, you can imagine. See,
the situation has become that
place very well. I know Benishek. Where the Air Force is located in Maiduguri is where I grew up from, around that Bulunkutu Airport Road. Do you understand? Okay. The Nigerian Air Force Base was located there. From Benishek to inner city of Maiduguri town, the capital of Borno State, is about 80 kilometers. But from where
we have aircrafts.
That's what I wanted to tell you. And where the Air Force Base is located is even less than 80 kilometers because it was along the way as you are leaving Maiduguri town and you are approaching Benishek. You will not even take any jet. Just say Nigerian Air Force Base, if you use the jet, it's just say 5 to 6 minutes. The jet is there. A fighter jet will have been there. Is it that they might have tried and the jet also refused to start?
Everything is not starting.
I'm saying maybe, probably, because the armor town couldn't start. So probably maybe they might have been organized. Okay, now let's just send back out. Let's just send them the best because it's just 60 kilometers, which is 6 minutes. The pilot might have arrived there and then provide a cover. Maybe probably they might have tried and then the jet refused to start. That's another stupid thing. Or maybe probably there was not even a jet there. Or maybe probably they are waiting for the president to say, or the chief of air staff defense and say, okay, now I give you permission to go. Probably, and he did not. Or maybe because the president said, no, hold on until I give you command. Probably. But it is confusing. It is very confusing if you know that location. To assume that, and then that fighting might have been taking place for quite a number of minutes, or probably even 30 minutes, and then backup did not come.
No backup.
There are big question marks there. Honestly speaking,
very big question mark.
From the Air Force base to Beni Sheikh, I swear to God, is less than 70 kilometers.
Or you will not take any jet less than 5 minutes.
Less than 5 minutes to be there, unless if the jet is faulty, or unless if there was no jet.
Or there is no pilot to even fly.
Or except maybe there was no pilot. And whichever way you look at it, it is stupid.
And there are no drones.
Exactly. And the drones is only there to
monitor election.
To monitor election. I keep telling you this now. Abi?
Well,
no, someone said that now.
In as much as we are laughing, but it's also a very sad.
No, now you are the one that's laughing. I'm not laughing.
No, the laugh is not from my mind. I'm not laughing from my mind.
This kind of thing, honestly.
I'm laughing. Nigeria. This laughter you are saying is a form of tears in disguise. Because when you try to analyze this whole thing,
how can we believe
it doesn't make sense to any sound-minded person that on small state actors will come into. What would happen to the ordinary Nigerians living in an estate?
You can imagine that.
Without some instead of even up to 1, 2 policemen.
That is why sometimes I say, Kai, Nigeria is a densely populated country. The amount of life we lost due to this insurgency in the northeast, and you can still go to the market and see us, is very, very, very amazing. Somebody is asking, how do we even get to 250 million? The kind of people that is dying every day. Allah, I'm telling you. Maybe that's why the government is no bad. No, don't worry, let them die. We are a lot. Okay, now the other thing I want to find out, Mr. Ibrahim, Mr. Shaibu. Are we winning the war or we are losing it? We are losing it. We are losing it. You cannot be winning a war when generals keep dying every day. 4 in 5 months. Just in 4 months, you lost 4. Plus almost about 40 other 300. The 300 that have been estimated at the other 40 senior officers. It's 40 senior officers. Lieutenant colonel downwards. Do you understand? Down to the lieutenants. And then about 300 other 40 commissioned officers. I feel like crying. That is, those 40 commissioned officers are generals in the making. And this is just to insurgency, not to banditry and other things that are happening around. No, let's get it clear. The 40 other officers are generals in the making. Exactly. A lieutenant colonel just have Benin. If it's a lieutenant colonel, start from colonel. No, let me first start. A lieutenant colonel. General. Okay, colonel has the next rank after a colonel is a general, a brigadier general. Brigadier general. The next rank, of course, a lieutenant colonel has 9 years to become a brigadier general. You see, if it was just picked today, he has just 9 years to become a brigadier general. So we lost 40 of such from colonel downward. Yes, even to a lieutenant. A lieutenant that's just barely 2 years as a commissioned officer. We are losing it to blame. These are people that went to, you know what it is to graduate and pass out from the MBA as a commissioned officer. Nigerians do no longer care about whatever statement that's coming from any other security agent, even from the presidency, that there is peace in this country. That is why the Americans felt that indeed there's no peace. Nigeria is not safe for our staff. And they decided to move back home. Because if generals could keep dying, if societies can keep being displaced, if 40 officers could die every day, then 300 rank and file, all less than 5 months. I think the political leadership at all is not concerned about these issues. And somebody is allocating 135.22 billion naira for what has not even happened. We'll get to that anyway. Now, what is truly going on, Mr. Brian? What do you think, in all honesty, in your own layman understanding, as a father, as a senior citizen, what is truly going on? What do you think is going on? I've said it. I'll just re-emphasize it. Number one, the leadership is not seriously taking this thing serious, because what they only reduce it to statements. They only reduce it to statements, because like I said, the first step should have been to account for the money being spent on security issues.
They should account for the money being spent on security
issues. Although I know that normally security bodies are not being exposed to scrutiny and accountability, but unless we do that, we may not know where those monies are going. Just the typical. There are so many examples, but let's take the example of the moment. Why will a tanker refuse to start? And it's a very red zone, a red flag area.
And in the military days, we have military mechanics.
Exactly. In the epicenter of the insurgent.
The only thing, do you see any form of negligence on the people who are supposed to be
apart from negligence? Apart from
because such vehicles, such kind of vehicles should be up and doing, should be ever ready.
And new ones should have been provided there, at least 10 or 20. This is the epicenter of the whole insurgent. Have you forgotten that? We are talking about Maiduguri, where the whole thing really actually started. Where wasn't there a fighter jet? Like I told you, from the base to where the action took place is less than, let's give it 70 kilometers.
How many minutes will fighter jet up to 3 to 5 minutes?
Yes, highest 5 minutes.
And there's an Air Force base.
Exactly. I'm talking about the Air Force base now. The Air Force base is located around that airport road.
Mr. Brian,
I grew up in that place. I grew up in Bulunkutu. So I know the places.
So you have ownership of that environment.
Exactly. I grew up there. I'm a Bulunkutu guy. I kept telling you, I'm from Maiduguri. I know the place. I can't imagine why a jet cannot reach that place within 5 minutes. From Benishek. Benishek is just a stone throw from Maiduguri to Benishek. And especially, even the Air Force base is much, much closer. Because the Air Force base is located as you are leaving Maiduguri. After the airport, a little distance after the airport, you find the Nigerian Air Force base. And Benishek is just thrown away from that place. This is the epicenter of the insurgency, and you don't have live jets there. Not even a jets there. Not even a drone.
But the drones are meant for something else.
I keep telling them, that's why I keep telling Nigeria they will have drones to monitor elections.
But we don't have drones to.
So honestly, when you sit down and think and analyze these things, honestly speaking, you will begin to cry. In a very rich country like Nigeria, we could not manage insurgency for over almost 2 decades now.
And now that brings me to another concern here now. It's not a question per se, it's a concern. Are the terrorists better equipped than the Nigerian army?
I don't know, but that's what it's seeming to be like.
Because the gun that will be used to kill a general that is already inside a tank is not just AK-47.
I think beside the issue,
a gun that has the capacity to pierce through the armor tank to kill a general is not AK-47.
Do you know?
I know AK-47 is powerful, but
no, it's not only AK-47. It's not only AK-47.
RPGs.
These people have
GPMGs and the rest of them. General purpose machine guns.
There are so many allegations.
RPGs and the rest of them.
There are so many allegations that helicopters come and drop weapons to them. There are so many allegations that these people are being sponsored and being given support by external bodies. So they are well equipped. But actually, what concerns me is not even more of the questions of weapons than the question of intelligence gathering. I feel that
a weapon is part of it too.
Of course it is.
Because we are hearing trillions of naira being allocated to.
We are not saying they are not important. Do you understand? But intelligence sharing is key. Information leakage is very, very key. Single information can turn the tables down in war. Do you understand? And that is exactly what happened.
Poor information management leads to ambush.
And exactly, and maybe the Air Force base in Maiduguri were not communicated to in time. Maybe the communication something is, but you can't begin to explain.
Okay, why? Now, another burning issue and concern here is why generals? Why killing the generals? Is there any statement? Is it that the insurgency or the terrorists they are trying to make a statement?
No,
because they
just came to
the killing of a general is a national embarrassment.
Of course, and we are used to this.
We are not in a war. It's not like in the case of Iran, American, Israel war.
Not conventional
That can,
war.
yeah, it's not a conventional war, so that can be excused.
Mm.
You know, where you have to target your danger, some key officers and then, you know, kill them so that you can weaken the military strength of that country.
Mm.
Here is just a sub kind of thing, you know, sub-regional battle, what we call insurgency. And then they have graduated from killing of
and displacing communities and killing civilians.
now generals.
So now,
do you see them trying to make, do you see the terrorists trying to make a statement that, look, we're trying to make you see how, you know, weak your armed forces or your soldiers are?
yeah, they are trying to
get to a general is not.
I think what they are trying to do is to try to expose to Nigerians that how weak their military apparatus are, how weak their security intelligence are.
As
to demoralize, exactly, to demoralize the government and demoralize Nigerians entirely. But I think the general, they were not actually targeting the general per se. Do you understand? The general just happened to be there. Other general would have been in their house enjoying themselves and then leaving the others in the field. Do you understand? Okay. But this particular one decided to be there to give support. Do you understand? To motivate, to motivate his men. And he happened to be caught there, and he did not run away. He tried to garner his boys and say, let's face it. But then he was disappointed by the tank. You can imagine if the tank had worked, the casualty might have been reduced. His boys might have been encouraged more than, look, Oga is in the tank. Let's protect Oga, let's protect ourselves. But he would have been supportive. But they just put that tank there for him to operate. And the guy refused to come. Why?
As a
we have to ask question, was there actually a jet in the Air Force base in Maiduguri? Was there actually a pilot there? If there are jet, are they service and workable, operational? You understand? Has the information been passed? Has intelligence been shared?
So who is to be blamed?
I'm saying this because I know the distance.
Wait, who is to be blamed now? Is it the government or also the negligence on part of the armed forces too? Because
when you say
somebody, sorry, the military base is also monitored and overseen by a general. Is it possible that the general is not aware there is no routine check of all military hardware in the barracks in that base? Of course, the artilleries, those that saddle the responsibility to ensure that equipment are serviced, the guns, the rifles, and the machine guns, and the tanks are all up to date. And then, because I'm going somewhere, this attitude is also one of the attitudes that is also affecting we as Nigerians, the maintenance culture. What happened? Why should we wait until we are being attacked before we can even know that the tank cannot start? Is it at that time they are not 1 minute every morning? Mr. Shaibu, I have a car at home. I've not been driving it for some time. I don't drive it until I go to church. I just keep it because it is not cheaper for me to come to work with my car now. So I go through public transport. But I still want that car. I want that car to find out if that car is functional. So I want to find out, is it the negligence or the part of the soldiers in that Force Base? Now, nobody's planning. Nobody's planning for a possible attack. But then again, you have to be at alert when there is peace.
Exactly. Especially when you are around those areas.
You are in Borno State, for crying out loud. The peak where we have the peak of insurgency.
That you are all that you should always expect to be the #1 target. Because when Bokoharam,
a few weeks before then, your colleagues have also been killed. A lieutenant colonel, theater commander was killed. The other time, I think only 4 soldiers were killed. And here you are, your colleagues are being killed. And nothing pricks you to say, oh, let me service my gun. Let me service the tanks. Who is responsible for the servicing and the routine check of those tanks, of those military hardwares? Why must they wait until they are being attacked before they... And that is why the general cannot start the motor, try to start the motor, and then the motor refuses to start. It's an insult. Is it that the battery is not good? Or the key starter is not working? No, Mr. Boy, I'm trying to paint a picture here.
Yeah, the picture you are painting, I don't even like it. Do you know why?
No.
Many people will not even like it. Why will a country like Nigeria, we are talking about whether the tanks is working or not working? We are talking about Nigeria. We are always hearing, what is even baffling me is the amount of money we keep spending. There should be brand new facilities in place. But apart from the routine checking they are talking about, it's a place.
If you buy a brand new
disappoint you.
Wait, if you buy a new, Mr. Brian, if you buy a new ammo tank and you don't even service it, vehicles. Exactly. It's called motor.
I understand. But then this goes to show that our military in the war front are ill-equipped. The intelligence sharing is very weak. That's just it.
No. You are narrowing it down to being equipped. Now the one that you've been equipped with, who is responsible for servicing it? This is a laptop in front of me.
Of course, the military now, of course. The people to whom they have been given, the people in custody of those equipment are the one that must ensure that these things are in operational state. In IE, that they are workable. Do you understand?
I hope you know
that is why there are always engineering workshop in all the military bases.
In other sister agencies, I hope you know this form of negligence also happens.
It does.
I've seen a situation where one of the security agencies, I don't want to mention their name, pushing their vehicle.
This is our culture in Nigeria.
And I went close to them to find out what's happening. They said, there are no fuel.
And this is
an agency that is saddled with the responsibility to protect Nigerians.
This is part of the problem.
You see, these monies that we hear, is it that they announce it on paper and it doesn't get to them in real life? I don't know.
It possibly is.
But because we don't know, but yes. We hear trillions of naira, 2.3 trillion, 2.this trillion.
See, let's talk it straight. These monies are hardly being utilized for the purpose for which they were released. It is in this country that we saw government announce that yes, we are now launching new Nigerian Airways.
And somebody went to paint it.
They went and hired planes somewhere with another logo and then paint the logo and say this. They launch it. It's very, very embarrassing. If it can happen there, it can happen in any other sector. Why are you afraid of saying it? This is what we are saying. This is what we are saying. It happens. Corruption and nonsense happens all over the place in Nigeria. And people are aware of it. Even the government knows. It's not only this government though. This has been going on in Nigeria for a long time. That's why I don't want to even blame this government alone. It has been a continuous process in Nigeria.
The previous government before this government.
All governments are doing that.
Hire a plane.
Yes. I mean all manner of corruptions. All manner of corruption.
And the person would committed such kind of crime.
And Nigeria are not
working. You know, the problem is that the painful part is the person who committed such kind of crime would be working free at the end of the day. What hope does he have for the common man?
It's even worse. It is even worse when you come to the North, because the North will know that this is a thief. And tomorrow they'll say, they'll be hailing him. Also, you understand also too. Yes.
Well, of course, I agree with the North.
Even in the other regions, it happens, but in the North, it's worse. They know what this guy did. This wealth. They'll be patronizing.
Praying for that person to do what? To keep robbing you of your rights.
It happens all over Nigeria. It happens all over Nigeria. It happens in the southwest. It happens in the southeast. It happens in the south, the northwest. Every part of this country, it happens. But then, of course, in everything, it is worse in some places than others. And until we get it right, until we try to know the kind of people that are leading us in this country, until we change our political mindset and intentions, we'll keep having the wrong people.
If I'm to be God,
we'll keep. Sorry, don't even say that, please. We will keep having the wrong people governing us in this country, like we always do.
No, I will say it.
No, don't say it, please. Don't.
If I were to be, at least I am.
Please,
if I were to be God, the first set of people I would kill, I will emulate on this earth as psychophants.
If you want to, before you eliminate psychophants, eliminate bad leaders. Because see, these psychophants
are ever becoming leaders.
They are being forced to be. I tell you that is one of their tactics, Machiavellian tactics, to deliberately impose forward on you, make you to be a dog. You know how a dog is loyal to his owner. This is what the political class
when they dangle the bones.
Exactly. That's what the political class always want to expose the ordinary Nigerians to, so that you can be completely at their mercy. They will expose you to a level of poverty that you can even forget your name.
Your name?
Yes. When you forget your name, you forget your identity, you forget your humanity. You are no longer a human being. You begin to worship those who are hurting you, cheating you, stealing from you.
You worship them.
To nonsense. Exactly.
You worship them, you praise them.
And until we get that right, we'll keep suffering this thing that we are suffering today.
And it seems nobody's talking to these corrupt people.
That is why
even the clergymen are not talking.
The clergies are now beginning to be part of the system too, because the clergies are now the ones that are
clergymen.
Whatever you seem to call them, I just want to emphasize on the word clergy, C-L-E-R-G-Y. Those ones are the ones that are having private jets now. Don't you know that? We see rich imams, rich pastors, clergy generally, going to pay courtesy visit to government officials and then go back home with. What are you saying? Go back home with. We have to change our mindset. That's just the truth. Nigeria. I'm not even talking about people like us. I'm angry because of the next generations coming in. Do you understand? We have done our time. But why will a base such as the military base in Maiduguri couldn't send a backup, a fighter jet to go send a backup Benishek from Maiduguri to Benishek? An Air Force base. Honestly, this distance is very, very negligible. I know this place. I grew up there. In fact, my uncle, who we grew up in December, was going to government technical secondary school Benishek. Sometimes he will lead when he comes to weekend. He comes to weekend every day because of the proximity from Bulunkutu, where I live, to Benishek, where he studied. He's my uncle, my mother's younger brother. I live in their house because I attended government college Maiduguri. So sometimes he leave from around 5 p.m., 6 p.m., 7 p.m. to go to Benishek because Benishek is just a thrown away. It's just a... Is it developed? Is it a developed place? When I was growing up, it's a remote area. It's a local government, sha. We call it Kaga local government. The headquarters is Benishek. The name of the local government is Kaga local government, headquarters at Benishek. So I believe now it should have been, because it is long when I went there, it may have been now a semi-urban place. All right, we wish General Brimo farewell to his maker. May your gentle soul rest in peace. Amen. Then before we wrap it up on this topic, one more concern. Do you see any lights at the end of the tunnel? Any possible end? You know, I'm always hopeful. Are you very hopeful that this in every situation? Just 3 weeks ago we were hopeful. It will. 2 weeks ago we were hopeful. 1 week ago we were hopeful. You can never lose hope in life. Now the hope is the light at the end of the tunnel. Somebody say, what if that light is being provided by one of the JCOs in Nigeria? That the light, we may not have light. We may not even see me, my approach to life is that I'm always hopeful. Do you understand? Because things can change. I always say, I hope the light at the end of the tunnel is not connected to the national grid. What we need more than don't you want me to speak? You're asking me a question. No, the light at the end of the tunnel, is that light at the end of the day, is it connected to our national grid? Because much as I know, the national grid always collapse, and I'm not. Yes. So how even me? If you know that it always collapses, why I want to connect my hope to that grid that's always collapsing? Well, that's what I say. I tell you that always there's light at the end of the tunnel. So literally, it's not connected to the national grid. well. As far as the political leadership can change their mentality, and then have the political will to change themselves to face certain challenges seriously, honestly, there will be hope, there will be light at the end of the tunnel. And human being change. Do you understand? So that's why I say I remain hopeful. And we have the resources to be able to achieve whatever we want to achieve positively. So please, Nigerians, don't lose hope. We are still hopeful. If our leaders can now change their mindset and then have the political will to do the right thing, I think we'll get it right ultimately. All right, that is where we're going to wrap it up on this very topic, this very segment. We shall be going on a short break, and then when we come back, when we return, we are still here to dive into the second topic of the day. This is P&B Money Show. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back.
All right, welcome back. This is still the morning show here on PMB television. My name is Tichidi Kenneth, and as usual, I still have my colleague and my co-host, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu. All right, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu, we are now diving into another issue altogether, away from security issues and terrorist attack. Now we are looking into a very recent and worrisome issue that appears to be magical. This issue is so serious that millions of Nigerians are trying to understand that a very similarly magical situation just recently, the federal government unveiled a plan that appeared to predict the results of the 2027 elections by budgeting 135.22 billion naira, which raises a lot of suspicion and question. When did the APC-led government become a political prophet? Has the 2027 election already been determined and result known? Okay. Is the 1.3522 billion belonging to APC or taxpayers' money? All right, Mr. Ibrahim, these are the issues we are talking about
right now,
of serious concern. And then we are looking at the topic, 1.35.22 billion for election lawsuit. Has APC already written the 2027 election result? Have they written it? Allegedly, there's a rumor everywhere. It's being rumored. We don't know. But they say when the bird cries in the night and somebody dies in the morning, that means something, the witchcraft is around the corner. 1.3522 billion for post-election wahala.
Anticipated election legal battles.
The APC is appearing to be like a prophet now.
Well, you see, you say it rumored. I don't think it's a rumor anymore because this headline was carried in some
no, not rumor in terms of the money.
Newspapers.
The money was carried. I'm talking of rumor in the sense that could it be that the APC, the result has been written?
Okay, I got it now.
Well, what do they know about the post-election wahala that we don't know? For you to prepare for a battle that you have not even seen, you've not even seen your opponent. You don't even know if you have an opponent, but you already prepared. You started buying cutlasses. You started buying because the kind of weapon you are going to buy also shows that you know the kind of enemy you are expecting to have. Is that also?
Exactly.
So if you buy an RPG, you know that, oh wow, the enemy might be a very serious one. If you buy a cutlass, it might be maybe an enemy that is coming with light weapon. So why will the APC-led government started projecting and preparing for legal suits for a process that has not been determined? What did they know that we don't know? Mr. Ibrahim, let's hear you.
Okay. You see, this very action in itself,
yes,
has justified the doubt and lack of trust on the government from the people. They justify the fact that the act of the federal minister of the capital city allocating land to INEC officials
and building houses,
and then the fact that judges had been given houses and cars has now made it justified that they are intended to be used for certain purposes in the future. Because this election has not taken place, some of these opposition parties that are going to be contending for those positions with the incumbent administration are already having battles within themselves. And now government is allocating for the first time, making it a national news that we are putting aside over 100 billion naira to fight legal battles after the election. This definitely shows for sure. This definitely shows that for sure they are anticipating that some opposition party are going to take the ruling party to the court if ultimately the election ends in favor of the incumbent. So they are getting now prepared. You understand? So in other words, it may have been that they have already anticipated the outcome, if not 100%, but maybe at least to a remarkable, to a very, very serious level, how the results are going to turn out to be like.
But some people may argue with you that they're only being proactive. They don't want to be taken by the storm. Some might say, oh, well, it's normal to, to prepare for war when there is peace, and then we're trying to get ready because we know at the end of the day, there's every likelihood that the other parties will not accept the result of the polls. If that is the case, that means that is an act or a way of being proactive.
I think for me, if they're making preparations, there are other avenues, other areas they should have been concentrating on. For example, creating voter awareness. They should spend a lot of money on this one, making sure that all the electorate, where you put those, where you go and vote, what do they call them?
Polling centers.
All those polling centers. Access road have been provided so that people can easily access those places. Electing materials can reach that places easily. Do you understand? Ensure there is very good road that is leading to road, because before now we hear cases after election that the election material did not reach so places in time. They should ensure, listen to me, they should ensure that election devices are serviced or new ones bought or being upgraded. These are areas you can spend money. But you are not doing that. You are not telling that you are not doing that. You are just putting money aside.
Okay.
In making sure that you fight legal battles.
For a battle you don't know.
It's just like you said. How can you begin to plan burial for a child that's not yet born?
Is it that you know what is going to kill?
So you know that this boy will come and he will die tomorrow.
That's why you are planning.
That's why maybe you are saying that you want to you should act like God and just say so. You understand? So I think if we want to spend money in anything that has to do with this election, spend money in ways that will actually make the election easier. For example, ensure that there are easy access to all those polling booths, particularly those ones that are in dense local areas.
But okay, Mr. Chabidi,
during the last election, I remember there was a car, they hired a car, they were trying to convey election material to that place. From morning, they couldn't reach that place until almost 6:30 p.m.
Why?
Because there was the road to access that place.
No access road.
No access road. No access road. So ultimately, the election did not take place in those places. And there are still places like that. Yeah? And during that election also, we have heard that so many electronic devices refuse to function. Do you understand? They should ensure that they spend money in making sure that these facilities are in good workable conditions.
Now, Mr. Bishabi, 135.22 billion naira.
It's a huge amount.
Who owns the money?
You and I.
So why? Some people may be asking, why spending taxpayers' money on matters that have to do with a political party? Because the anticipated legal battle is not a national issue.
Exactly.
It's not a national concern. It is a group of people called
a national concern.
A national concern, but no, national concern because of whatever outcome affects us as a person.
Exactly.
But the issue in question, the tussle in question, is a battle between two political parties.
No,
two groups.
Between political parties. Okay, two groups, yes.
Yes, the winner and the loser.
The incumbent and the opposition.
Whoever loses and whoever wins. So if two of us are fighting, and then somebody will go and use church offering to come and settle the fight between two church members.
For me, honestly,
I don't know if you understand. I'm trying to put an analogy there. So the two members are quarreling in the church. The pastor will now go and take church money
to go and settle
church offering that was paid to take care of the church building, maintain, pay staff. Then you want you to go and start. You are preparing for fight between Okonkwo and Emeka. I don't understand. You are laughing, Mr.
Yes, because
I'm just trying to paint the picture.
I'm laughing because
Mr. Okonkwo is fighting Mr. Emeka, and then the pastor will go and take church offering and said, I have removed 200,000 naira from the church offering to make sure that this fight that we are about to see, we're about to witness between Edo Okonkwo. What if Edo Okonkwo and Emeka is fighting? They should take their fight outside and go and settle. It's not church business. Do you understand? Whatever happens in London should stay in London.
Exactly.
Now that is all the questions people are asking. Who owns the money? Does it belong on the, is it within the confines and powers of the APC-led government to budget taxpayers' money for legal battles over issues that concerns them internally as a party vis-a-vis another political party? These are the questions begging for answers, Mr. Ibrahim. What do you have to make? Taxpayers' money or APC money?
I've already answered.
Now we get them.
Part of this money is the debit alert that they keep saying that we discussed behind the scene yesterday.
Unnecessary,
yes, unnecessary tax debit that you keep
every day.
So these are part of the money, but that is not actually the issue. My issue, I think, is the way and manner we spend money on this election that is yet to come. We are not even spending it in the way that we are supposed to spend it for the reasons that are supposed to be taken, for the challenges that are supposed to be taken care of for now. Like I tell you, there are so many issues that need to be taken care of.
They are more time that refuse to start.
Not that. We are not talking about the election. Just like I mentioned to you. Do you understand? Improve the roads that are leading to where the ordinary Nigerian will go and cast the vote. That's what I'm saying. The money being spent is no problem, but why are you spending it on legal issues? They don't even know whether these legal issues will come up or not. Unless you are anticipating them to come. Unless you know what you are going to do. Unless you have a prior plan. So you understand? Unless that, there's no reason for government to come and say, now I'm putting aside money for legal battle and legal process, possible legal battle and so that are coming after the election. Okay. Have you ever had this happen in this country?
Well, some are asking you. That's why it is raising some form of suspicion. So some are already suspecting that. Is it possible that the result has been written?
There are so many things that
I'm trying to find out. Currently. Some are already raising the concern. Is it possible that the results have been written? You already know the outcome? Because for you to prepare for a battle, it shows that you know you have a clue of the possible outcome. Am I correct, sir? So is it that there's something somewhere that somebody knows that we don't know?
Definitely.
Because you said, okay,
it may not be the result.
For them to even wait, how did they even arrive at a particular figure that is sufficient enough to tackle that battle? 135.22 billion. How did they arrive at? Who calculated that money to know that, okay, this amount of money will be enough for us to fight the anticipated legal battle? What kind of legal battle? What are we battling for? What is the title of the battle? Who is battling who and for what? Who is the loser? Who is the complainant? Who is the defendant?
We will know when we reach the bridge.
No, because is it that the complainant is one party and the defendant is another party? Meaning, allegedly, results are already on ground.
There are a lot of people that are talking about that. There are a lot of people that are assuming that, okay, for government to say that they are putting these monies aside, they might have been made the necessary preparations. They might have known the outcome of the election in advance. There are school of thought that
some people are already saying that. Some people are already, people are already saying that.
But for me, nobody is bold enough to come and determine election result even before the election takes place. So you understand? I just think actually they are looking for things to take advantage of for the election. That's just it. But not to the extent of even knowing the result of the election. We can't say that. Nobody will take Nigerians for fools or for granted. Like I always tell you, things that happen in other countries may not likely happen in Nigeria. We are so different from other countries. Look at, the West have been trying to disintegrate Nigeria for a very long time. They have succeeded in integrating other countries in the world, across the world. Big, strong countries like Nigeria, but they couldn't do it to Nigeria by the grace of God. So you understand? That shows how different we are from other countries. I don't think anybody is bold enough to force on us a result for an election that has not already taken place. So I don't want to blame anybody for that. I don't think this is right.
Okay, now Mr. Ibrahim,
yes,
210 billion naira was budgeted for the Ministry of Health. Only 36 million naira, according to the minister,
exactly,
got to him. What do you make of that? And now we are seeing 135.22 billion budgeted
for an election that has not already taken place.
And then the health sector, which is one of the major sectors. Just recently we heard the resident doctors planning to go on strike. They just suspended it. Was it on Tuesday? Why are they going on strike? The same money issue.
Same money issues.
So do you see the justifiable reason for the actions of our resident doctors?
The fallacy of that action. Of course. There are so many ways this money could have been useful. Exactly. No light. You haven't done anything about light, and you are saying you are putting aside 203, is it 100 and something billion naira for that? There are so many things that this money should have been used for actually. So, it is people, that is the reason why, let me tell you something, that is the reason why even this incumbent administration in themselves, they knew that Nigerians are not likely going to vote for them. Honestly speaking, because so many people are aggrieved with the policies and the body movement and the direction in which this administration is going. So they knew, honestly speaking. Even if they don't know, they have the feeling that majority of Nigerians are not with them, irrespective of regions. So that is why they are taking all these necessary steps. Do you understand? To cripple the opposition. Do you understand? To make preparations such as this one that you are seeing, to give advance gratification to agencies that matter as regards the election. All these activities they are doing is because they are not certain for sure that Nigerians are going to credibly vote for them willingly.
Okay, Mr. Barry, let me read out. I have various opinions here, popping out on my phone here.
Exactly.
And I want to read it out so that Nigerians can also, hear. Number one, I was meant to understand that this is one of the most irresponsible decisions taken by a government in recent time.
Yes, a Nigerian staying there.
Yes. Two, a country that cannot provide power, yet the government budgeted 235.22 billion for post-election court cases.
Wow.
Three, a government that refused to release capital budget for many or all ministries, some 1%, some 0%, but budgeted 135.22 billion just for court cases after the elections.
Wow.
Four, high level of insecurity everywhere, yet 135.22 billion budgeted for post-election.
Which I believe combined two armored tankers to be placed in Maiduguri.
Yes. Six, sleeping in darkness with continuous estimated electricity bills. Whether you like it or not, you have light or you don't have light, you have a bill to pay.
So these are all concerns by Nigeria.
Yes, these are concerns by Nigeria.
Concerning this particular issue.
We have collapsing industries everywhere. We also have collapsing medium and small scale businesses. Just we have from the CBN today.
Exactly. Yes.
The CBN is coming out to say, admitting to the fact that electricity and insecurity
are the major challenges for
destroying small scale businesses in Nigeria. So this opinion from this very Nigerian is correct. So we have unbearable high rates of inflation.
Wow.
Cost of living. The common man can no longer eat. Rice and beans is
beyond the reach of the ordinary.
Yam is a no-go area.
Of course.
Yeah, that we grow them. Government officials breaking laws of the land with impunity. And so many negatives, negativities that has become characteristics of this, current administration. That is the opinion of somebody else. Yet,
so the regime what I said
apportion, this staggering amount to clear its irresponsibilities. Now, these are opinions popping up from different Nigerians here on our phone. Mr. Shaibu, this goes to show that Nigerians are angry.
Grieved.
Nigerians are grieved. But I hope they will transfer this.
Nigerians have lost confidence and trust, honestly speaking, because today, as an average Nigerian, when you wake up, you don't even know for sure whether you're going to work well and then come back well. Anything can happen in this country. You don't even know whether you can be able to afford meal for your family, at least if you have a family of 2, 3, 4, 5 people. Nigerians do not even know how their life will end in the next 12 to 24 hours.
So and every Nigerian is not sure of the next meal.
Insecurity. Exactly. So that is why they are not comfortable and happy with the government. And in addition to that, the little savings you have in your account, you will keep saying debit as per taxes. You can imagine that. You can imagine that. So part of those monies are part of the taxes that you as a citizen have been subjected to. We've never had it so bad in this country.
So now, before we wrap it up this morning, Mr. Shaibu, generally, what do you think should be going on in the minds of do you think what advice you have for them? Should they retract this plan? Should they cancel it or what? Because now this whole issue of 135.22 billion naira is raising serious dust right now in the country. Serious worry, serious concern. It's coming at a time where we're trying to juxtapose it with the killings of General Bramo in Maiduguri, dying just because a particular vehicle could not start. If you look at this whole thing, trying to generate a cumulative analysis of what's going on, you begin to find it, look at it, that Nigeria is becoming very difficult to understand.
Exactly.
Because one will begin to wonder, why will all this thing be happening? We keep hearing things. Is it that somebody somewhere is not sensitive? I don't understand.
These are all parts of it.
A ministry of high standing, of high ranking,
the citizens have been
given 36 million naira to buy what? To buy drugs or what? And here we have somebody is coming. In fact, I want to understand, why should a newspaper house carry that kind of headline?
Why shouldn't it? It's an information Nigerians should know. Why are you even discussing it?
You don't understand the way that headline was being launched, displayed. It was displayed as if though it was not harmful.
No, it's the right of Nigerians to know.
That information is harmful to the minds of an average.
Exactly.
It's a mess of our sensibility as a person. As a
we have rather prefer that Nigerians do not know about it. What are you saying?
No, I'm not saying we should not know.
This is one of the functions.
If I were to be the publisher, I will advise the owner of the company not to even publish that, because it's an insult and embarrassment.
It should be spelled the way it was spelled. That is just it. The way they put it is the way they will put it to the public. It's the right of the citizen, it's the right of Nigerians to know that this is what your government is doing. Whether it is good or bad is left for you to decide. Whether it is working in your own interest or it is working in somebody else's interest, it's left for you.
And somebody will come out and tell me that somebody is political strategy.
Like I tell you, believe me sincerely.
Yeah.
This administration is getting the feels that Nigerians are not comfortable with it. You don't have to be a political scientist to know this. There are common indicators all over the place.
Are you sure they are getting the feelings?
They are. That is why they are taking all these steps. That's why they are taking all these steps, so that it will work for them.
I watch
every single action taken toward 2027 by this administration it is because they know that Nigerians are losing confidence in them, and most Nigerians are not with them. Forget about party forget about party affiliation and loyalty. There are people that don't even go vote at all, but this time they may go, and they may likely vote against the powers that be, unless they retract their steps, they revisit some of the bad policies, the decisions and policies they took. Do you understand? And try to mend fences. Like I always tell you, I'm always somebody that has great thoughts for any person. I'm not the kind of person that rule out the possibility of you correcting your mess and then coming back on track. And knowing the president to be a very, very shrewd and intelligent person, I know he may look at it and reconsider it and then do the right things.
You mean the president?
Of course, and his team, of course. Because that is the essence of people like us talking. Our own criticism is supposed to be a positive criticism. We are telling you that things are going messy. There's need for you to come and do the right thing. Because he's a Nigerian and he's a leader. Do you understand? And we have to respect and love our leader. But when they are doing wrong, we have to tell them that, look, boss, you are doing wrong. Come and do it. He has the right to rule for 8 years like any other Nigerian, provided he can do the right thing.
But he said he gave us a very laudable promise that if he's not able to fix lights, that we should not vote him.
Possibly I've already made up my mind based on that statement that he has made. This current statement I'm making,
but I watched an interview.
I'm making it for
I watched an interview where a former deputy governor of a state in one of the states in the Middle Belt granting an interview in a podcast, coming to tell us that as far as he's concerned, the government has provided light for Nigerians. And they asked him how. He said there's solar energy everywhere. A former deputy governor.
I wonder how he became.
I'm sure he's listening to me.
I wonder how he became.
Opened his mouth and said that the availability of solar power is a testament to the fact that the
power has been provided.
government has fulfilled its promise in terms of power supply.
And there was nobody there to ask him how many people can afford.
He was granting it on a podcast, and I watched it.
Okay, on a podcast.
Yesterday again, I watched a comic video where some group of youths, 3 of them, came out and said that since the president has told the world that Nigerians voted him because he was loved, now they are telling him to allow, the electoral process and the electoral act to be, clean or to appear the way it's supposed to be
without any interference.
Without interference, so that the electoral act, the electoral act, they should not meddle into the electoral act. They should leave the electoral act the way it is
to work.
Yes, the way the real-time transmission and everything. And then the president is so that they can show him how much they love him.
They are talking. This is what you call it. Is it sarcasm or what?
I'm telling you, I watched it yesterday. And I was so happy. They were sarcastically talking. We love you, and that is why we are begging you, sir, to just allow the electoral act remain the way it was, so that we can truly,
naturally
and honestly show you how we love you. And they started singing the song, "Love, love, love, love." Nigerians can make joke out of every station.
Honestly speaking,
even
Donald Trump has alluded to this fact that he can't understand Nigeria. You are telling Nigerians that they are coming to bomb them and they are making cartoons of. That's how we are. We are very lively people. That's why I said we are talented, intelligent, and lovable people. We are likable people. Go to the internet and see how other people, many white people, are saying they love Nigeria and Nigerians. We are naturally likable people because of our intelligence, because of our talent, because of our jokes and other things. We have a very high sense of humor, just like the Americans, but we are more intelligent than they are.
Are you sure?
I am, of course I am.
But they are leaving your country now.
That is because they are
somebody is coming to say
that is because they are not sure about their security.
That despite their leaving, withdrawal of their citizens or whatever from the embassy.
From the time that we are given independence in 1960 to now, we kept having very, very good leaders. We may be competing with greater countries like China, honestly speaking, because we have people, we have brains here.
Okay, Mr. Brian, before we wrap it up, let me just throw this back to you. Is the APC now a prophet? Do you see the prophecy coming to pass?
Who they are?
Yes. It's a prophecy.
You can't.
Political prophecy.
See, Nigerians can always surprise you. They are prophets.
1.35 to 2 billion. Prepare for battle.
Well, they are just dreaming.
What battle in question? Are they prophets?
The battle will be coming. And despite the money spent on pre-election, whatever, the will of Nigerians will, in the long run,
prevail. Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ibrahim Shaibu, for being part of this wonderful discussion this morning.
Thank you for having me, Mr. CK.
I must say you have done justice to the topic today, and that is where we are going to wrap it up today on the morning show. Please find time to like and follow us on our social media handles, where you can get details of these discussions and get to know more about the happenings. Like Mr. Ibrahim will always say, you can approach the vendors and get the newspapers to also read in details. And let's be hopeful and be prayerful for our officers and soldiers out there defending the country, ensuring that we have our peace intact. My name is Tichidi Kenneth. Thank you once again for joining us on the morning show here on Politics and Business Television. Do see you tomorrow, same time, same station.
And let the discussion
what? Continues. All right. Bye for now. Do have a pleasant day and a very wonderful weekend ahead. Thank you very much.